And welcome to Weather and Ag in Focus. We are live out at Giving Hearts Day. Come out and say hi. Stop by and
drop off a check.
Drop off a check. Not for us, though.
No,
okay.
not for us. I mean, if you'd like to, that's really up to you. But I would say Giving Hearts Day would be much appreciated, as the many charities, almost 300 charities now, I believe, participate.
Unbelievable. And we're up to 21.2 million right now. Unbelievable. That's fantastic. We started out the morning when I came in early this morning, about 15, so we've added over 6 million to that.
It'll be a big day. I don't think we're nearing a record yet, but for those listening, you can help make a difference. If you have not yet to Giving Hearts Day's website, givingheartsday.org, and have added in your dollars, please take the time. In fact, I should probably swipe a card before I leave myself today.
There you go. Girl Scouts are out here.
Yeah, what a place to sell.
Oh, man.
The only place they do better is outside a pot shop.
Exactly right.
I know. Yeah. I just meant that in an agricultural sense.
No, of course you did. Of
right.
course you did. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got a beautiful day out there for sure. Now, it depends where you're at. Here in the FM area, now the record is 43 today. We're already at 30. Let's see, last check,
doesn't feel like
38.
When you come in from outside, there's still a little bite in the air.
There's a little
I'm
breeze.
Just saying.
Yep, there we do have a south wind blowing about 13, but temperatures in the upper 30s. Now in the northern valley, where there's still fog up around the Grand Forks area, those areas are only in the 20s. So there's a good 10 to 15 degree difference between the northern valley, where the fog has been thickest, and in the central and southern valley, and even in the lakes country, where temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s. And we're going to continue to warm up today into the low 40s here in the central and southern valley. Far northern valley, you'll be stuck in the low to mid 30s, it looks like, once you burn that fog off. And again, the record is 43 today, so let's hope we can, as long as we're here, let's at least go down in the record books for this. And then tonight we'll clear things out. We'll drop down into the low 20s with lighter winds. And Friday and Saturday, almost a repeat of today, with a lot of sunshine, highs in the low 40s. Sunday, we'll see a few more clouds with temperatures right around 40 degrees. And then Monday, we're still on the mild side with temperatures around 40. So a nice stretch of snow melting weather. We're going to melt away most of this snowpack outside of the mounds. And then Mother Nature says, well, next week is a whole different story. There is going to be a pretty decent storm system coming our way Tuesday into Wednesday. It's mainly going to affect our area Wednesday. Out ahead of it on Tuesday, we'll have warm weather, and we'll probably have some rain showers out ahead of it on Tuesday with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, just too warm for snow. And then that changes to snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, and we're getting good agreement on the models now about snowfall throughout the valley and into Lakes Country. And right now, and this is early indication, this will obviously fluctuate, but a general 3 to 7 inches of snow expected next Tuesday night into Wednesday. We're getting some indications a little bit more than that possible in Lakes Country or in the Northern Valley. The models are trying to figure out exactly where the heaviest snow band will be. And then there's about 2 more storms following that. So between next week and the end of the month, most of our models are in pretty good agreement that we'll more than likely have anywhere between 8 and 14 inches of new snow on the ground.
Where?
In our area, not all at once.
I'm looking at you like you lost your mind.
That's in the combination of about 2 to 3 storms that'll be moving through the area. We'll have an additional 8 to possibly as much as 14 inches of new snow that will be between next week and the end of the month. And 2 of those, again, next Wednesday, that looks, again, about a 3 to 6 inch event, 3 to 7 inch event. And then there's another one following that following weekend. A little question mark on that, whether that goes south of us or comes out at us as a weaker event. We'll wait and see. But the LRC did have from the 17th through the 24th a spike in storm systems through our area, and our models are picking up on that now. So again, spring this week, winter returns next week. So don't get used to the nice weather. It's a nice taste of what's to come down the road, but it's mid-February. We got more
happens.
snow. Yeah,
we're going to see this through March.
Oh yeah.
So for those who were listening on Tuesday when we gave away tickets to Alabama to the concert, we gave them away to a caller named Freddie. Freddie was number 12 that day.
Yes.
We need Freddie to call back into the station on the JLA Insurance phone line. That number is 701-293-9000. The reason is we need a little bit more information from you, Freddie. So if you'd be so kind as to give us a call, we tremendously appreciate it. And for everybody else, you're welcome to call us with questions, comments, and so forth that are related to weather and ag. And you can do that on that JLA insurance phone line. That is 701-293-9000. And you're going to want to talk to Nate Thorsrud, who sponsors that phone line, because that sign-up period is coming very, very quickly for crop insurance for 2026. We have a live stream today. Dean and I had to play IT, but we got it.
No, you got it. Don't include me on that.
So Lighthouse Commodities has us covered. If you want to watch on Facebook, YouTube, Acres TV today, we appreciate that. Again, it's not so often that we are at a remote, but today we are. We are sponsored by Lighthouse Commodities. And I have my phone so I can keep an eye out for all of our emails that come in on the Weather and Ag in Focus inboxes, sponsored by Superior Grain Equipment. They make sure that our farm futures are protected with Superior Grain storage, drying, and handling solutions. And you can email Dean, weather@flagfamily.com. I'm ag@flagfamily.com. We've got some giveaway things we got to catch up on. It's been a busy week.
It has.
We just haven't always had time to do some of these things throughout the segments because we've been preempted by a couple of media press conferences. That's the word I'm looking for. We had a couple of press conferences. So we want to catch up. And one of those things is we have a giveaway package from 3M, safety supplies for the farm, or really for anyone. And I'll make sure to put that package together this afternoon. We want to give that away. James, I'm going to put this assignment on you. He's the guy behind the board today in place of Addison. So James, caller number 5. We're going to ask that caller number 5 on the JLA insurance phone line. They are going to win the giveaway package from 3M. James is going to let us know when he got caller number 5 today. So that's going to work out fantastic.
And we'll be giving away one of our bait-up cups by Darter Plastic. We'll be giving that away with our weather trivia, day late, but we'll do that. We'll do that at the end of the show.
Yeah, we will. That's no problem. We are going to be joined by folks today from Farm Rescue. Tim Sullivan is going to be stopping by here shortly. We're also going to be connected with North Dakota FFA Foundation. We'll be joined by State Parliamentarian Ryan Schumacher and Assistant Foundation Director Kayla Hart. They're out in Bismarck because not everybody realizes that for Giving Hearts Day in North Dakota, we run 2 sites. Fargo, where Dean and I are, and Bismarck. And so we get to video into what's happening out in the Bismarck site, which is all good things. My good friend Kyle Deverton is usually out there making sure that people are excited, happy to be around, and again, dropping off those checks from multiple charities.
Excellent.
Did you have any favorites besides the Girl Scout cookies that you stopped to see?
I'm a favorite of the FM lead riders. And they'll be out here presenting a check. I think they're coming out at 2 o'clock. I know a lot of the guys in that group, and,
sure.
and they're just a great.
The guys that we don't actually know their real names. We just know their nicknames.
Well, yeah, right, exactly. Crash, Mark, all those guys, yeah. But they're a great group, and they help out Sue's organization.
Yes.
Which
Sue, that's the Golden Rule.
Yep.
And she makes sure that I saw Sue walk by just a few minutes ago.
She was just around the corner.
She is making sure that kids are prepared to go back to school.
Right.
Whether it is with new socks, new school supplies, and so much more. I also want to give a big handoff to not only the Great Plains Food Bank, but the Emergency Food Bank, because they help folks who might be in a situation where there's a shortfall. It might not be long term, might just be something that happened this week, and they need a little extra assistance. I understand that $35 will feed a family of 5 for a week.
Wow.
According to their statistics.
That's great.
That is fantastic. And all of these organizations would be happy to not only have monetary donations, but give of your time. Or there are other resources that they might be looking for.
If you can't give money, you can, like you said, you can give your time.
There's always other options, and there's nothing wrong with asking how you can be of service and finding something that works for everybody who's involved. Some of those folks that are going to be out here today helping out as well. A lot of students from NDSU come out to be a part of raising fund and fundraising for charities. And so some of those students become our assistant ag directors, sponsored by Cass County Farm Bureau. In fact, next week we have another assistant ag director. Haley McLeod's going to join us, and that'll be a great post-Little International report because they will have Little I over Valentine's Day weekend going on very soon, just in 2 days. So thanks again to Cass County Farm Bureau. They have a commitment not only to helping us with our Assistant Ag Director internship, but they do a phenomenal job, and they want to make sure that we are caught up when it comes to teaching folks about agriculture and improving their communication skills. Well, we also want to say thanks to Chris Sherman with Tech Support Farm. He had a live webinar on Tuesday afternoon that I was able to attend. Chris does a phenomenal job about helping you understand the ins and outs of cybersecurity for your farm or ranch. Some would say it's a little scary, but that also means maybe on your AOL account you should stop using smile123 as your password, and he's not wrong. And I say that with a little bit of jest, but yet I talked to a friend yesterday who said, yeah, I got an AOL account. I said, maybe we got to improve that. We could maybe fix that for you.
I didn't know anybody used AOL still.
Good Lord, yes. Oh, yes, they do. So,
right.
and I know it's more than one. All right. When we come back from the American Ag Network's Livestock Update, we are going to visit with Tim Sullivan. He is with Farm Rescue. Much to share when we return, so stick around. Weather and Ag in Focus has had quite a week. I mean, between press conferences cutting us off, we've rearranged guests, we've had a busy week. Now we get to be at Giving Hearts Day. First of all, thank you to Freddie for calling in with his information for the Alabama tickets.
Right.
He is ahead of the curve because he managed to get those before they even go on pre-sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at the Shields Arena. Then I'm going to put James to work, who's running the board today, because all sorts of guests were calling in. There's all sorts of action. We did not get a caller number 5 yet for our 3M gift pack giveaway today.
We have plenty of callers. James just couldn't get to the phone.
The poor man. He's like an octopus doing everything. So number 5 is going to get that 3M gift pack that I will put together. Then we had a caller who wanted to know about the weather on the 15th and 16th. Dean, what do you got?
Well, 15th and 16th, so that would be Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
The weather is fine. We have no weather problems until late Tuesday into Wednesday. More so Tuesday night into Wednesday. If you have anything going on Tuesday during the day, I think we're going to be fine. It's Tuesday night, and then especially Wednesday, that's when things go downhill fast.
Speaking of things going downhill fast, nothing ever happens like that for folks over at Farm Rescue. Or wait, that's the whole reason you exist.
Exactly.
So for those who might not know, which I really hope after 20 years of existence right here in North Dakota, we're all familiar with Farm Rescue.
Yes.
But maybe they're not.
That's correct. We still run into those folks, and even in North Dakota. So it's always good to talk about it and stay in front of the public.
All right. Your founder, Bill Gross, saw a need. And what was that need, and how do you fill it today?
Yeah, what a visionary. It was something that was just out of his soul that he wanted to do for farm families. He grew up in Cleveland, North Dakota, and an 80s kid, and they lost a lot of their farm cattle to that 80s farm crisis.
Well, farm crisis, drought, there's a lot of stuff that hit the 80s.
So Bill put himself through aviation school at UND, and he's had a long career at UPS. He thought about this thing 30,000 feet in the air and 21 years ago. And I don't think he ever dreamed it would be where it's at today.
So speaking of where it's at today, as many bottlenecks as we had this week with all sorts of things going on, that never happens in your world. What are some of the bottlenecks you might have to overcome for some of your folks, some of the farmers that come to you in need of help?
Yeah.
So what do your dollars help to do, or what can folks be doing to be a part of Farm Rescue's mission?
Absolutely. So, when we have to pivot in a hurry to help a family, that's coordination from our staff, and it gets the volunteers that we know are able to say yes to helping another family. We have these things lined up sometimes months ahead of time, but sometimes crisis happens in an instant, and that's when these folks come in. So what Giving Hearts Day does for us is with those volunteers, we're able to pay expenses like lodging and food and fuel in our trucks, getting them coordinated from one job to the next. And a lot of times these folks are just working night and day for us because weather plays such a big role, planting, harvesting, haying, all of that.
You can fix that, can't you, Dean? Make the weather better?
I could try.
So, we're just like farmers. We have to deal with those types of things that come into play. So we're always pivoting and trying to make the most of what we have.
And Tim, is there a certain criteria to get help?
Yes. So it's based on an illness or an injury in the family, something that affects their livelihood, or a natural disaster. That disaster can look like a drought, wildfire, flooding, anything like that, tornado. And so what happens is all those come to me across my desk, and they can apply online at farmrescue.org. Right on our front landing page is apply for assistance. And it's 7 easy questions, and it's just basic information, what's going on, and what do you need help with. Okay. And then we reach back out to that family within a few hours, and then we're finding out more information. We actually do a site visit on every application that comes through, and we do about a little over 100 a year now.
Wow.
And I want to dispel the rumors at the coffee shop. You're not giving everything free. This is labor and time. The farm family in need is still able to provide the seed for planting. It can be their equipment, it can be your equipment as well, correct?
Correct.
It's a combination thereof.
It is their input cost. That stays normal.
Sure.
But we're just giving them the opportunity to use our labor, and it's professional labor. These people are dedicated professionals. We have veterans on every case that we do. And then we always like new volunteers to be trained up in the program. and we call them ambassador volunteers. They just take on more crews and all of that. So it's a whole mission of theirs that really takes place, and they're the heart and soul of what we do.
Farm Rescue started coming in primarily with planting, I think it was, right? Was that the first season?
The first season was planting, yep.
But you've expanded that.
Yeah. So right away, Ron Offit, RDO Offit, was introduced to us. They brought in volunteers from their workforce. They brought in equipment, and it kind of grew from there. That first season in 2006, we had 5 volunteers, did 10 families of planting that season. That kind of kicked it off. And then the need came about for harvest, and we weren't prepared for that. And so right away they had to organize with Ron Offit and figure out a way to lease combines and get that done. Today, in our territory, we own 1 combine. We're doing another fundraiser for another one, but we lease up to 8 other combines to get done.
One of the best days that I had here was last fall's WDAY Radio Farm Show. We did it all on air. Tim came to join us because we'd finished a project over the summer with Here We Grow. We had a check to present to you, and our one of our interns for the day, Jocelyn Berklid, was one of the farm families that was helped. I believe they were number 800.
They were.
And so I will tell you that she was so excited that day that she got to be a part of saying thank you to Farm Rescue. I mean, it's not just mom or dad as the family that's touched. Those are the kids that were out there helping too. They realized the impact.
Yeah, well, our volunteers were right there, out there with the whole family. They were in one combine, we were in the other, and then you get to know that family because, sometimes we're lucky enough to get served a meal by them or somebody else, and we can all, have that time together. Wonderful. And you get to know them on a personal basis. You want to stay in touch with them, and our volunteers do that all the time.
I tell you what, there's nothing better than a meal off the tailgate of a pickup. Maybe just a smidge of wheat chaff on it for a little extra texture, but there's nothing wrong with that.
I have never complained, let me tell you.
And Tim, tell people how important Giving Hearts Day is for your organization.
Yeah, so we started in 2015 with Dakota Medical Foundation. That year we raised $10,000. Last year was a record-breaking year for us. We did $1.2 million.
Wow.
Our goal was $1 million. So we have another $1 million goal this year. We are getting close. We're within 80% of that right now. And so it's that funding stays local to North Dakota, Northwest Minnesota. That takes care of our program. That's about a fifth of our total budget.
As an organization in a down farm economy, when we look at statistics, like 42% of the farmers are going to make money overall in 2025. But yet you're still within 80% of your goal. You're probably going to get to 100% of your goal today. Those are people that want to give and they want to help each other. So I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we have a tremendous group of founding givers that support us in a match. So we have $500,000 in match money. We had it last year. We have it again this year. And we're planning on using all of that match.
And if the checkbook's a little tight, it's okay for you to come along, especially if you have a CDL.
Oh, absolutely. Volunteers, we're always in need of people with CDLs and can operate equipment. But our volunteers go much deeper than that. I call a lot of them runners because they'll take people back and forth to hotels, get the meals, take care of a lot of things on the road. So there's many different ways to give.
Well, besides just making sure the combine and the truck are in the field, there's a lot of other things that go on during a harvest.
Correct.
Or in planting. So Tim Sullivan is with Farm Rescue. You are the executive director.
Yes.
Thank you. And folks, if you have that moment to reach out on givingheartsday.org, make sure that Farm Rescue is one of the organizations you check and help be a part of.
Oh, thank you, Bridgette and Dean. Appreciate this time.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
All right.
All right. When we come back, we have our next guest, which is going to be Ryan Schumacher. He is the North Dakota FFA state parliamentarian. And then we've got a weather question for you too, Dean. So
another one.
Yep, we're going to get to that one as soon as we come back. It is Giving Hearts Day. We are full up with all sorts of excitement. I mean, at the very least, you're going to want to stop down, socialize with your favorite charities, make sure that they are well funded, pick up a box of Girl Scout cookies on your way out the door.
I got 2.
And stop and say hi. Now, we did have someone with a weather question, Dean. Another one for you.
Yeah, this was from they want to know what it's going to be like from here to Minneapolis in March.
Yeah.
I've got that on my desktop at work. So if you want, shoot me an email, weather@flagfamily.com. Again, that's weather@flagfamily.com. And I can give you some specifics on March 13th. I just don't have it in front of me right now.
That is no problem. So we are joined now from the Bismarck site for Giving Hearts Day, and we are joined by the North Dakota State FFA parliamentarian, that is Ryan Schumacher, and then Kayla Hart. Kayla is the assistant within the North Dakota FFA Foundation. And so Ryan and Kayla, hopefully you guys can hear us okay and we get a chance to see you, but thank you for joining us. How are things in Bismarck for Giving Hearts Day?
Well, it's a beautiful day out, Bridgette and Dean. It's not too bad as about 2 weeks ago.
Well, much better. We're glad to hear that. Okay.
Unfortunately, we've only got about 4 or 5 more days of it, but hey, enjoy it while it's here, right? No doubt.
Yeah, North Dakota is a little, she can be mean sometimes. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's warm.
Okay, kids. When I say kids, because I always think Kayla's kind of a kid, but she's helping run the association, or excuse me, the foundation as well. Before I ask too many questions about Giving Hearts Day, Ryan, you're state parliamentarian. First of all, I love
Yes, ma'am.
parliamentary procedure, my favorite contest. Tell people what a parliamentarian actually is, because some may not know.
Well, they're supposed to uphold the Robert's Rules of Order, often used in a lot of Congress type stuff, and kind of helping out with the students and making sure that their voices are heard.
And conduct of meetings and making sure that things are run accurately, because you are a formal organization that has to follow rules, bylaws, and so much more. Now, Kayla, as assistant director for the North Dakota FFA Foundation, can you describe the difference of the foundation, who's doing fundraising today for Giving Hearts, versus the association for students?
Absolutely. More often than not, we get confused to be the same group, but we are sister identities. The foundation is a 501(c), and we were established to help secure funding for the students in the FFA, and so they can, further develop their professional development skills, as well as leadership in other areas for contests. But my position as program coordinator is I help facilitate the programs that we offer. That's our Blue Jacket program, our SAE grants, our college scholarships, and our other travel stipends that we offer to our FFA students so they can engage in these opportunities as they go throughout their FFA career.
Now, Giving Hearts Day is just one of the ways that you fund so many of those programs. But Ryan, as someone who has been a chapter member, you proudly wear your blue jacket even today. Were you a member who received a blue jacket through the Blue Jacket Bright Futures program, or did students in your chapter receive some?
I received it through the Blue Jackets Bright Futures program.
Tell me about that moment when you got your jacket from a sponsor.
Well, my father wore a blue jacket before, and it's kind of an honor, especially back in the day when I used to wear it around just for fun, and to actually be a part of it and have my own part in FFA it's so rewarding to yourself.
Your jacket identifies you, your chapter, your state. It makes you part of a organization that is now the largest student-led organization in the United States. Membership has hit 1 million. Kayla, here in North Dakota, how many chapters and students do the state FFA officers like Ryan represent?
We currently have 96 FFA chapters and 7,500 members in North Dakota. That translates to 2 and 9. So for every 9 people, there are two students that are involved in the FFA. That includes our West Fargo and Grand Forks numbers for demographic. But fun fact, we don't have FFA chapters in those cities. So that brings that per capita even higher if we were to, look at the concentration of FFA students without those numbers.
As I look at Giving Hearts Day, I have your annual report in front of Dean and I, and we talk about the impact that Giving Hearts Day had. Do you want to share some of the statistics from last year? If you don't have it in front of you, I will, but then where do those dollars go for the FFA Foundation?
Yeah, we are currently doing sponsor visits today, so I don't have an annual report in front of me, but I do know that our funding goes towards those programs that I just previously listed. So for students like Ryan, who are representing North Dakota this year, those funds go to support his travel. They also go to support our students that are competing on a national level, a younger student who is applying for an SAE grant. And for those who don't know what an SAE is, it's a supervised agriculture experience grant. So that's a student that wants to take a chance on themselves, build a business plan, and apply for funding. So, for example, there could be a student who wants to start a poultry SAE grant where he wants to raise chickens and sell fresh eggs at the farmers market. The FFA Foundation uses dollars like that to support students so they can launch their career path and discover what they want to do with their future in agriculture.
Oh, go ahead, Dean.
Well, I was going to say, you guys reached your goal last year. This is very important for you guys. And what's your goal this year? And again, in terms of your goal this year, how close are you now to achieving it? And are you expecting to surpass that, hopefully?
It's a good question. It's a question that everyone is asking. I can tell you right now, I don't have the numbers in front of me. Unfortunately, I don't have them calculated, but I do know that we have approximately 30,000 of match donations. As of where we are live of 1:30 today, I don't have those numbers. Thankfully, we are going out and putting our face in front of our match donors today, and we want to share our appreciation with them. So unfortunately, I don't have a live number for you, but we will be, we're excited to reach that number. Our goal this year is 75,000, whereas last year we were close to our goal and we surpassed it after Giving Hearts Day, but I have full confidence that we will reach it again this year.
We have full confidence that you will as well. And it's okay not to have the stats because you guys have had a busy day. You're making sponsor visits. You're talking to all those folks that are out there that give so much back to the FFA. And so, Ryan, what is the message that you are sharing with those sponsors as you make those visits today?
Well, that every dollar and every dime is going to a student and help that needs for each event that we're going to be hosting, just going on with SAEs as well. I was involved in SAEs, and it helped me a lot with my development in that, especially development and leadership career goals and everything beyond that. There's so much that the FFA can offer, and all it takes is a couple of dimes, nickels, and pennies that you might have saved up in your bank, and it helps.
I'll be honest, my state FFA officer team is one of the match sponsors today. We are very proud to represent what FFA did for us. As a team, the 7 of us still draw on those skills every single day. We are thrilled to be a part of it. I do have to finish my donation though today. I have to get it done.
And you had the corduroy jacket as well?
I have two of them.
Do you still have it?
Oh yeah, I have two.
Okay.
I have my chapter jacket, my state jacket.
Okay.
I did not bring them with today, but I will have them with me because National FFA Week is coming up. Is it next week, you guys? Am I off?
Next week.
Yep.
That's next week.
The week of the 26th.
Week of the 26th. So, all right, I will be putting that in my vehicle. I will be wearing it at events and meetings because technically I'm not supposed to when I'm past 21, but I'm very, very proud of that jacket. Earned a lot. So
yeah, but you look 21, so doesn't that count?
The height
Absolutely.
Of a garden gnome, so. Kayla and Ryan,
If you can zip it up, why not wear it?
I can zip it, but if I sneeze, it's going to be a blue fuzz explosion everywhere. So, Kayla and Ryan, thank you for joining us today. If folks missed today, if they haven't had a chance to do their donations, all is not lost. How can they find the North Dakota FFA Foundation?
Yes, they can go on givingheartsday.com and they can search in the bar for the North Dakota FFA Foundation, and they are welcome to make their donation on that platform.
One last plug, and that is Kindred FFA is hosting multiple contests this weekend. I know for sure one of them is the Ag Sales Contest. I can't be there to judge. If someone can fill in for me, you can email me, ag@flagfamily.com. I will screen those, send some judges over to Kindred. I think I've already sent out a plethora of text messages to help as well. So thanks for all you do, you guys. Say hi to Kyle Deberton out there at Giving Hearts Day in Bismarck. And we have Wednesday weather trivia yet to do today.
We do. So that'll be coming up right after the break, and we'll also do a recap of the weather and let you know how much snow we may be expecting next week. All that coming up after the break. And welcome back to Weather and Ag in Focus. And we are going to do our Wednesday weather trivia on Thursday because we ran out of time. We were so booked yesterday doing other things. So today's trivia question for a chance to win.
And say thank you, Eric. We had a winner.
Oh,
At the
Eric.
3 a.m. Yeah,
Eric, thank you. Yeah, hey, congrats, Eric, on the earlier trivia question. And the weather trivia question today. What state leads the U.S. in the number of tornadoes and is also the state with the most farms and farm acreage? 701-293-9000 for your chance to win a Darter Plastic Bait-Up Cup.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, the UP of Michigan. What state leads the U.S. in the number of tornadoes and is also the state with the most farms and farm acreage?
Connecticut's my second choice.
What about New York City? No? New York? No?
Actually, at one time,
Upstate.
Manhattan Island was a
Upstate,
big
yeah.
deal. Western New York is actually still very large in dairy. Orchards, like apples and so forth, they raise some wheat out there, usually a soft wheat, not a hard wheat like we raise out here. Soybeans and corn, and cannery products like green beans.
Yeah, okay.
So that's New York. That is not the answer to
No,
Wednesday
that is
weather
not the
trivia.
answer. No, think of Tornado Alley. That's it's Bridgette got it right off the bat. She got it right off the bat. Well, and let's do a quick weather recap because we do have the calm before the storm next week. As I was just taking a look at some of our recent computer model runs, and they're starting to come into a little better agreement on next week. But we've got some nice weather before that, as we're at 38 degrees right now here in the FM area, but much cooler. Still some fog hanging on up around Grand Forks, up towards Langdon. And sorry, guys, you aren't probably going to get much above freezing today, while we'll be in the low 40s in the FM area and into Lakes Country and points west as well. We didn't have to deal with the fog. It makes a big difference. And then tonight we'll drop down into the low 20s, and then as we head into tomorrow, we're looking at more sunshine both Friday and Saturday with highs both days into the low 40s. Sunday we'll see a few more clouds with right around 40, and then Monday we're still right around 40 degrees. And then pretty decent-sized storm system comes riding out of the Rockies. That is going to give us, it looks like, rain to start off with on Tuesday, and then that will quickly change to snow Tuesday night and Wednesday. Exactly where we're getting indications that there's going to be a pretty wide area of pretty significant snowfall accumulation. Now, I'm going to go on the conservative side right now and blanket us with about 3 to 6 inches of snow. However, we are getting a couple other of our computer models saying it could be quite a bit more than that. The problem is we're going to have wind with this as well. So next Wednesday is going to be a difficult travel day across much of the state into Lakes Country. So you'll want to keep up to date on the forecast for next week. Then we'll see an additional storm possible that following weekend. So that would be the 21st, 22nd, and into the 23rd. A lot of question marks on that one. One of our models has a very strong system with that. A couple of our other models are a little weaker as it presses through the area. So, all right, and we have Katie on line 1 with the answer. Katie, what is the correct answer?
Texas.
All right. Did you know that off the bat, Katie?
I just guessed. It was a good
Good
guess.
guess. Good. Well, I mean,
Yep.
size-wise of the state, it's in Tornado Alley, so.
Yep, Texas has a large geographical land size, so they certainly would fit
Mhm.
the criteria.
Yeah, that's a very good guess, Katie. Katie, do you know where our studios are?
I sure do.
Okay, just James will get I'm sure James got all your information, and just swing by the station at your convenience during normal business hours and pick that up.
Katie wins a Darter
All right.
Plastics Bait Up. They are a personal bait up station. They're going to hold your minnows and your live bait for when you're out fishing. So, Katie, good luck fishing. I hope you get a nice walleye.
Yeah, do you fish, Katie, or is this for somebody else?
Well, my husband does.
Perfect. He'll love it.
Pack a lunch
Yeah.
and a lovely book, Katie. You'll be fine.
Congrats, Katie.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, there's still a few things going on headline-wise. I feel like we're finally starting to catch up on our week. One, North Dakota Stockmen's Association wants to remind folks, if you are taking livestock out of state, whether it's for sales or anything else, you have to remember that your cattle, horses, and mules must be brand inspected before they can leave the state. Some of the open markets that are closest to state lines would include Aberdeen, Glendive, Harriet, South Dakota, Hub City in Aberdeen, Lemon, South Dakota, and others. Now, in addition to all of that, you need a permanent horse inspection that needs to be conducted by that chief brand inspector or a deputy inspector. The permit is good for the life of the horse, or as long as the person who issued the permit is the horse's, or who was issued the permit is the horse's owner. Brand inspection fees are $1.50 a head. Make sure that you double check all of those inspections before you are leaving. And for those of you who are really excited about your carnivore diet and you're getting more and more out of it, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, you want to know what packs the most punch as a red meat, the highest amount of protein?
T-bone?
Lamb.
Really?
As a red meat, lamb packs the most protein. And as we start to look at the food pyramid, there's several things that stick out. First of all, your daily intake, let's say you weigh 175 pounds. You're supposed to be getting about 95 to 128 grams of protein per day. 1 3-ounce serving of lamb is 23 grams of high-quality protein. It has essential nutrients, and additionally, 40% heart-healthy fat. That's the monosaturated fat. That's the same as the good fat in olive oil and avocados.
Can you buy lamb in the stores anymore?
I think you have to look for it. Probably not like if you're going to Hornbacher's, but
Right.
if you were going to a meat shop.
Like Allsaggers or?
Yeah, and some of the other guys that are out
Okay.
there, I would probably call and ask. It's more of we don't always stock it on the shelf every day. I know some producers, whether it's kids that raise 4-H lambs or families that raise lamb, and we get pork chops, leg of lamb. Those pork chops is a 3-ounce serving to get 23 grams of protein. All you need is 2 pork chops.
My mom used to make lamb patties, so it must
With
have
the
been
ground.
ground up.
Mhm.
Must have been.
I make meatballs with the ground.
I'll tell you what, it wasn't that bad.
Not at all. And don't get mutton. Mutton is older sheep. That's
Oh.
not good. So skip that
Okay,
part.
all
Yes.
right.
But get the lamb.
Absolutely. Well, hey, that'll do it for Bridgette and I on Weather and Ag in Focus. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Don't go anywhere, though. The Jay Thomas Show, that's coming up next.